Miss up to her ears.
Rui Severino has the 6. Elvina. Minute Kennedy takes off 3. The blinkers and nose roller off.
Yeah, we don't have a lot to go on. Lots of sort of moderate runs there before coming up to southeast Queensland. So we'll get a better guide after this.
John Shelton has the 7. Enterprise Jewel. CJ Graham.
Won at Warwick last preparation and went for a spell. The return run was 3rd at Grafton during the carnival. That was behind Lady Wardell, and she jumped okay, a little bit awkwardly actually, and she was allowed to find a leg. She must have been giving them 6 or 7 leg starts. She stuck to the rails and finished off quite well. So if she gets a decent run, then she might be in the finish.
Pat Duff has the 8. Triple Citizen. Cole Wilson-Taylor.
Last time she was first up, it was an identical race to this, and she never got into it. So just happy to pass today.
Ben Thompson rides the 9. Damani for Paul Jenkins.
She goes okay, Dumani. She's won 3 of 21 with 9 placings, but I think she's better on wet surfaces.
Charlotte Time is the 10. Michael Carl for John Wallace. The crossover goes on and the earmuffs are back on.
Here an ex-Chris Waller runner who's first up today. A few gear changes, so we'll learn a bit more about how she's going after today. So just happy to watch.
Cabaca is the 11. James Orman rides for Chris Waller.
Nicely bred filly. She's a Fastnet Rock 3-year-old filly from a Shabadale mare. Only won 1 of 11, but decent form in reasonable competition at the midweek's last prep in Melbourne and also Sydney. Latest run on Mackenzo was back on Anzac Day, ran 3rd there, Maria rode her, and she actually found the line quite strongly. I love her 2 trials that she's had recently at Deegan and recently at the Gold Coast Poly where he didn't move on her. So I think she's going really well for the first up assignment today.
David Van Dyke has the 12 in Dubai D. Sammy Collett replaces Ryan Maloney.
She won her maiden quite well November of last year. It was here over the 1650, but since then she's only had the 2 starts where she hasn't done a lot. So, again, I think the jury's out a little bit on her. She needs to do something today.
Malia Castle claims 3 off the 14. Anatini for Lenny Wheeler.
A few of these down the bottom, Kian, come out of the Sobene race. When was that? A fortnight ago. And Anatini ran well, was 5th in that race, only beaten 2.5. She was fast away, settled 3rd, had the nice trail, struggled a little bit towards the end. So just needs to improve a length or 2 on that to win today.
Matthew McGilvray rides the 15 Red Star Ruby. She just missed here last start for Robert Heathcote.
Yeah, that was in that Sobene race. She was slowly away. She was last at one point, about 5 lengths off the leaders. She improved from about the 450, finished strongly. I thought it was a good performance. She's definitely up to running in the money here.
And Kurt Goldman has the 16 Negation, and Jones, she's got a great turn of foot.
She was good in that Sobene race. She was only moderately away as well. She's usually, at the back end, and she was in that Sobene race. But I liked her finishing effort. The last 100 metres was really good. She's got a good gait today, a claim for Ange Jones. Plenty to like about her. So Orman's had 2 winners, hasn't he?
Yes.
Eleven 1 5 16. 11 1 5 16.
Yeah, 12, 16, 15, 1. Okay, just over 3 minutes for race number 7. And yeah, there's plenty of ways you could go here, Michael.
Yes, Negation was being backed, but it's just sort of getting out slightly in the market. Number 16 still holds favouritism here, Kian, from Cabaca, who's been solid. And then number 15 is on the third line of betting. That is Red Star Ruby. She's been solid. She got to $8.50. She's now in 1.5 to $7. Cabaca, number 11, I just like the trials. So she's indicated at the trial sessions that she's going well. And if she repeats a couple of her performances last preparation, then she's hard to beat here in Brisbane at the midweeks. She's only had the 11 starts, one win and a couple of placings. That win was a Canterbury maiden on a heavy 10. She's placed on a good surface. So we'll just go with her. To go well first up, putting in number 1, Mystic Aroma. This is a downgrade. She's dropped a point, 10 down to 9. Bit of confidence in the air about Mystic Aroma, and I think there's entitled to be. I think this is achievable for her. Got Daring Bell in number 5. She's 11 out to $13, but you've always got to respect her. Especially in this grade, this Wednesday grade. You've always got to have her in your quaddie because she can bob up. And then number 16, Negation. A few of these come out of the Sobene race. I thought she was as good as anything else. Back in the field, finishing her race off quite well. Negation, Kurt Goldman, he trained the sire Hellbent for the majority of his career. He's a good horse and Group 1 winner, and he's doing a good job in the barn in the breeding season. Hellbent, he's the sire of this filly. So I'm 11, 1, 5 and 16. You were keen in the preview on Dubai D number 12. And she got to $26, taken into 21.
Yeah, race shape early days, I thought if we had a leaderish track would play in this filly's favour because she doesn't really have a turn of foot. She sort of just likes to roll along and just give that little kick at the top of the straight. And I thought if she could pinch a little bit, she was not bad value there to be a big improver from her first up run where she sort of got a stitch at the 200 from just overdoing it. Aside from her, I think it's between Negation and Red Star Ruby. Very similar horses. They get back. They've got good acceleration late, and to split the pair last start is very hard, albeit I thought Negation, if she's a horse that has room, it was 11 out of 10 ride with the suck run up the fence, but I think she's a better horse outside of horses to rattle home. And then Mystic Aroma back in something a lot easier, no luck first up, and she gets the 3 kilos claim off Bailey. So 12, 16, 15 and 1 as we get an update from you, Don.
Way out. Tab book shows Cabaca now better back than Negation. Red Star Ruby third most popular, and Mystic Aroma is the fourth in the punters order here late. Here's David Fowler. It's race number 7.
Benchmark 65. Dubai D about to go in. So still 5 or 6 out. And Don, they're filling the gates well for the second last race today. Thanks for that. I think as the day goes on, the races don't get any easier here at Doomben, and this is a good case in point. A big field and a very even group. Invincible Tears goes to her spot. That leaves Elvina, Red Star Ruby, Enterprise, Dual Epicurious and December Diamond. 5 to move up. So Cabaca now back to 380 on tab. Got to 428 a very short time ago, back to 380. As such, she will go off the favourite over Negation and Red Star Ruby on the third line. And actually, at this point, they're the only 3 at single figures. $10 are better than the rest. Now, just waiting on these last 3. Here's December Diamond coming up. She resumes today. Probably looking for a little further during her campaign. And she's got a tough alley as well. Elvina and Epicurious about to complete the line. Starters at the ladder. He's ready to release them for race 7 today. They look to be all in. All clear given. Red light turned on. Set for action. Second last race today. Racing. They jumped in a good line, although Negation was tardily away, and so too Red Star Ruby. She was last out of the gates. Beginning well was Dubai D with Anatini and Damani. Right up in the firing line early. Mystic Aroma slowing down in 4th position. Then Enterprise Dual, Invincible Tears off the track. followed then by Negation on the improved to midfield. Over on the inside, Triple Citizen, about 2.5 lengths to Daring Bell, followed by Cabaca. It's in the second half of the field. Well back as they race off the back straight was Elvina, with Charlotte Time, December Diamond, Red Star Ruby and Epicurus as last. Down the side, 700 from the judge, Anatini, led by a neat length to Dubai D. 2 to Damani third. The box seat, Mystic Aroma, lying in fourth. Just behind them came Enterprise Jewel at the 600 metres. Triple Citizen parked away sixth on the rail. Then came Invincible Tears, always wide, followed by Negation. On the improved now was Cabaca. Ormond starting to travel into the picture with the favourite. Wider Daring Bell. A long way back on straightening was Elvina, Red Star Ruby with a big task. Then December Diamond and Epicurus. In the straight below the 300 metres, Mystic Aroma ranged strongly alongside Anatini and reached the lead. Then Invincible Tears, and here's Cabaca finishing like a shot out of a gun. Have a look at Jimmy Ormond. 3 coming up as Cabaca burst away and far too good for them. Cabaca won easily first up, beating either Mystic Aroma or Invincible Tears. Fourth not certain, Anatini prominent, Damani not far away with Negation. Red Star Ruby passed a few on the way home. Then Daring Bell, Epicurus, Dubai D, followed by December Diamond. Well back was Charlotte Time. Then came Elvina, Enterprise Jewel, and Triple Citizen, failing to complete the track in 120.31.
Cabaca coming with a big run right down the outside to get up and score for Jimmy Orman, who gets 3 wins up today, trained by Chris Waller, beautifully bred 3-year-old filly in the right race today, and that'll do her confidence the world of good. She'd been trialling really well and pretty cruisy for Jimmy Orman, and with that 3 wins today, according to my calculations, he now goes to a 1.5 win lead in the Australian Jockeys Premiership race. We've only got until Monday, until the close of business. So Orman pretty happy with himself. We're waiting on the minors. Very close. Mystic Aroma was there. Invincible Tears. David mentioned Anatini wasn't that far away as we have a look at the head-on vision as they turn into the home straight and getting to the absolute outside in the yellow sleeves, yellow cap is Cabaca. And then sort of just inside her there is Negation, who was slow to get going. But at this point, it's all Cabaca finishing brilliantly on the outside and putting a space on them. Nearer the inside, Mystic Aroma is in that photo. So we're just waiting for second, third, and fourth. She gets it, Mystic Aroma. Invincible Tears gets third, and then Anatini gets fourth. 11, 1, 4, and 14. So Jimmy Orman just letting everybody know that he's still around in the National Jockeys Premiership, Kian.
Right, the Jorminator. He is on fire here today. And as we said earlier, Michael, it's just a credit to these guys, himself and Aaron Bullock, because they're not lightweight riders, so they can't really pick and choose as much as some of the others. But a good job here by Jimmy and a great return for Cabaca. She's able to do it on top of the ground and in a heavy surface. Nice, versatile mare on the up. We don't have anyone to talk to from the Wallace stable. So we'll head back to Don, and we've still got one to come here from Doomben, so stay with us.
Thanks, Jan. Cabaca proves too good, pays $3.20 and $1.70 on the home tote U-tab, and that's the shortest of the 3 totes, $3.50 Super Tab. Mystic Aroma pays $3.10. Invincible Tears was third home, pays $5.10, and Anatini around at the top 4, 11, 1, 4, and 14 with exotic dividends down the bottom portion of your screen. If you did have the trifecta, paid $377.50. All right, we need to get to the 7th event at Canterbury. It is the final event on the program, 4th leg of the quaddie. To be alive, you needed Silent Star in the first leg. You needed Southern Chili in the second. Shines won the third leg. And, of course, you need the 4th here. Little Beginnings is the favourite and best-backed runner, at least with Tab, at $2.80.
Some clear room. Sorry, something my. And, yeah, she'll do the rest, and she come home really well.
Hey, you're 1.5 in front now. I don't want to mock you. I'm a bad mock.
Who's counting? Nah, it's got a big week coming up, so yeah, we'll just see what happens. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. It'd be great. It'd be great to win though, but nonetheless, it's been a great season.
We're all cheering for you. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Sorry, Anne.
Bit more.